Welcome to the Testing Academy, guys. We are learning the Karate API testing tutorials, and welcome to the day 3, guys. So today we are gonna do a CRUD operation with Karate. I'm gonna show you step by step how you can do create, read, update, delete the CRUD operation in the API testing, right? And we are gonna use a particular our own JSON server, right? So we are not using any kind of external, so you can run that. I have shown you in the previous demo how you can do that, right? So let's get started. Let's run CRUD and let's add some assertion to it and in the Karate. Oh, let's start. Awesome, guys. Let me make myself a little smaller like this. Cool. Yes. Okay. So open postman, of course. This is my instruction to myself, right? Okay. So what we are doing here, let me close our. Yes. Okay. So what is a CRUD, guys? CRUD is basically creating a resource, reading a resource, updating that resource, and deleting a resource. To do that, you basically need a different HTTP method, right? If you have watched my video of HTTP method, right now go and watch it. Okay, so we are going to make a GET request. So if you have seen, this is the postman that I'm using. So we are making a GET request, right? We are making a patch request to update, to delete a request. We are a resource, we are deleting this, and this is the post request to create a new resource. So to create any kind of a new resource, any student, person that you want to create in our database, you can use post in that case, right? So let me show you how. The first thing is this thing, right? So in person right now, okay, let's do one thing. Let's like this. Okay, so right now the last person, if you see, is the ABC Singh. Okay, and the ID is 17, which is automatically assigned. Okay, so what we'll do is that let me show you. I have created this collection for you, and in the description you can download the collection. Okay, so let's create a new person. So to create a new person, what you need is that you need just URL, which is this. Cool. And you need this path. Okay, so this is the person path, and you have to go to the body. So right now there is no authentication, guys. Trust me, you can add basic auth also and auth also, but in the next session, in the next live project. Okay, in body you need to pass a JSON object to create a resource. So we have to mention what is the first name of that, last name, age, address, and all, right? So let's do one thing. Let's say we want to create a promo is I think already there. Let's create scroll test. I think that's a non-existing person, but you know the point, right? Scroll Singh. Oh, nice name. Age is 56, Chicago, lives, and this is the number. This is just a data. Send it, and it is created. ID is 18. Let's see. Let's refresh our thing. Okay, so we are getting, okay, it is created, right? Now ID is 18, right? So how do I get this? How do I get this single person? I can basically pass here 18. Okay, so I can get this scroll testing. How do I update this if I want to update? So you can pass 18 and you can update it. For example, updated scroll test. Okay, so the patch request, what exactly it will do is that it will basically change the first name of this person, right? It will basically kind of a patch that you have made, right? Make. So if you see, nothing will change apart from the updated scroll test name, first name that we have changed. Okay, rest are similar. Make sense? Yes. There's another thing which is put in this case. So put and patch are two different things, guys. These are two HTTP methods. Put basically will replace all the fields, all the keys. For example, this one, everything. In patch, it will only replace the difference, which is only if there's a change in only first name, it will only do the change for first name. Okay, and put will basically replace the object. So consider this object is coming as a block with containing first name, last name, and everything. It will just replace the. It will basically pull up the old one and replace it with new. Where patch, it will basically go with a smaller one, which is first name, and replaced only with the first name. Clear, right? Awesome. So this is the CRUD, and in the delete section, which is similar, we just need to mention the ID. There's no authentication, anyone can delete anything, and it is deleted. And if you see, nothing is there, so 18 is deleted. Cool. So that we are going to automate in the Karate now. This is our CRUD. I hope you get the point. Let's move on to this. Okay, awesome. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's let's change the URL first, right? And our URL, so first of all what we need, right, let me do one thing. Let me copy paste something for you so that you can take some reference. Okay, so this is a CRUD. We have to create a resource. We have to read that resource, patch that resource, delete the resource. Postman collection available here. If you want to download everything, just go to this https sdat.live karate.ppt. Everything is there, source code is there, everything is there. Cool, awesome. Okay, feature, let's change the name, let's make it CRUD person. Okay, and in the background is nothing but what you want to run before this scenario. So this scenario is your test case, right? So before running your test case, what you want to set a URL, of course. Let's send the URL. Okay, copy. Yes, and this person we can remove right now, because in the path we already mentioned this thing. Okay, so you can mention persons. Okay, now the first thing is that we have to do, so we have already done the get request in the previous one, right? So we will do post first. Okay, so this is a create a, so this scenario will be CRUD. So let's do something like this. Okay, CRUD, we don't want to create a CRUD person end to end. Let's make this click. So we'll basically create only one test case which will basically do full CRUD in this case. Okay, so this is the first request we have to do, and here CRUD we will basically do a person. So we have to make a post request to this thing, right? Post request to, and we have to send the payload this thing. Okay, so path is this, method is post. I love with it should be capital. Okay, now we have to send payload here, right? So payload, right? Payload, but how to send payload, guys? It's very simple. You have to use embedded expression. Okay, how you can do it? Very simple. You can use and request. So request is already a variable they have already given, right? So you have to use this thing. Bear with me right now. And to create a new resource, what you need is that you need to basically report this thing, right? So we'll just copy paste everything from here to here, and we'll basically say from Karate API. Okay, so first name will be Karate API Sing. Let's make it like this. Okay, so given path is this and the request is, so we are basically mentioned, okay, this is the post that we want to do, and method is post, status should be 1. So this is basically a verification that status should be 201, because if you see here you will have 201 created. Okay, so let's do one thing, let's run it and see if we are able to run or not. I think where it is not there. This is this one. It is. Let me make little smaller like this so that you can see, guys. We are going to run Maven test. Of course, we want to run only, we have only one test and we want to run only that test. Yes. Okay. I think it is passed. And how we can check? We can check here. Let's see. Yes. So if you see, 18 IDs created from Karate API, Sing 45 and everything is awesome. Right. Let's see the report, guys, which is, I always love to see it. Okay, where it is, test sample, favicon, summary tag. Okay, let's open the tag one. Okay, so this is the thing that we have run. This is the feature person. So we have person, right? So this is the person payload. Okay, this is the post request, everything is there, right? So we have a decent report. Okay, but that's fine. Our test case, our first test case, which is the server post request, is working fine. So this is our post request. Now what you need is that you need to read this resource R, right? But point here is that if you see, we need to get, so if you see when we have created this resource, right, we have an ID in response. So we need to get this response because in the next request we want this ID, right? So how we can do that, I have already told you. You can use star def, and you can use basically, let's name it person ID. Okay, and how to check. So person ID, basically you can assign it to response. So response is always available. So request response variables are always available in the Karate. Okay, and how you can get this by using ID. Okay, so response dot ID, right? If you want to get phone number, you can get phone number also. Suppose if you, okay, let me, shortcut is mapped with the duplicate. Okay, no problem, just do that. If you want to get person first name, right, you can get it by response dot person. Oh, come on, man, first name if you want, but that is again totally depend on you. Okay, you can add more assertion, guys, here in the post request. Like you can use match, and here I told you you get response, so you can check for the response. So response, if you see it's a JSON, right? You see it's a JSON, you can check it. So how you can check it? Using it is hash object. Okay, that's how you check it. So it should be an object. And from where I'm getting this information? Ask me, guys. Here, if you go here, check for assertions, where is this assertion? They like my match and all, right? All this information is already available here, so don't worry. So you can check for object. So we have an object. Another thing that we can check is match for response dot first name, right? So we have first name, and we have already told it the first name is this thing, right? So double equal, make sure you check double equal from Karate API. Okay, and we have assigned this also here. Okay, so let's rerun our test case. We have added 2 more assertions. Okay, 2 more assertions, right? Yes, 201 3 3. Now we have 3 assertions. Okay, failing. First name is not defined. Where it is not defined? 35. Okay, we have to use response. Okay, rerun the text. Let's see now, guys. Karate gives you very bad errors, I would say. when we have with like 5,000 plus cases, sometimes it's very hard to understand the errors in Karate. So that's, I don't know, it's a disadvantage or advantage, but it creates problem. Okay, now it's passing for us. Okay, so everything is passing, cool. So it's an object. Yes, 201 is coming, post request is fine, and we have ID. Okay, so now what you can do is that, so now what we need, we'll go to upper, we need to read a resource, right? So we'll basically add like this, and I love doing this. So this is scenario, this is create, this is read. Now you want to read, right? So read is very simple. I think we have done it earlier, right? So we can do given, we have to use path. And what is the path now? It's basically persons plus the person ID, right? So you have to use slash here, right? Because in the get request you can make the ID and you can see the response. So response will become like this. Okay, and it will basically verify the first name also. So given the path is this, then so the request, now it's basically simple. Then we'll make a method request of get. Okay, my spelling of method, wow. Then match, what do you want to match? Status always, let's match status always with 200, right, which is we want. And we want to match one more thing, which is the first name. So person first name should be equal to that we have already done, right, which is from Karate, right? So let's do one thing, response dot first name should be equal to this thing. Oh no, from Karate API. You get the point, guys. Make sure it is double, else it will give you very strange errors. And we can also say match response dot first name equal hash not null, like if we want to check for not null. Okay, let's do one thing. So we have covered C and R, UD is remaining. Okay, so let's run it. Okay, where is this error? Runtime mismatch G. What is G? Where I have written G. Given silly mistakes, right? Yes, it's done. Failing. Why? Matching match status 200 is failing. Oh, 44. No step definition. Where it is given 200. Oh, match status. Okay, we don't need match for that. We need syntax errors. Okay, I think now it will pass. Guys, this is how we do it. It's take clearly really big time to do that. Okay, passing everything is cool. Let's see the reports quickly. You can see summary report open in default browser, where it is, right? Okay, Crud person that we want to look. Okay, everything is looking great. Yes, green. Cool, awesome. Let's do update. Now we want to update this, so let's copy this. So update is very similar to the post request, but you have to change the URL. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's copy these things, and not null, right? So this is you have to make the request to person, right? Patch to person, but we need ID also, right? So you have to copy this thing like this. Okay, so you can copy this thing, right? Payload will basically say updated from Karate API. Okay, so now the name is updated from Karate API. We'll make a patch request. That's what we have to change. It will be a 200 request. We don't since we are not creating now, it's 200 requests. It should be an object. Now the updated one will be, so we are basically checking that it should, we can check it like it should not be Karate from Karate API, because patch after patch is successful, it should be different, right? And we don't want the variables now. We already have these variables. So this is your third one, which is update via patch, right? Let's run it again. Let's see. Awesome. Let's see the results also. Yes, so everything is looking great. Let's see if we have an updated one. Okay, so okay, now I'm full screen. Okay, even if I think you can see it, where you can see it, let me make like this. Okay, yeah, updated. Okay, so updated is coming. Let's okay, let's do the last call, which is CRUD. Finish this CRUD, guys. Where is this CRUD? Delete it. Okay, so delete is very similar to this thing, which is get, right? And we want to just change it to delete. You can use capital or small one, guys. This is same. So response dot first name will be response will be null, guys. Now not, because if you delete something, it will get empty these things, right? So we can check for this also, that this is double equal to like this. Okay, and this thing you can delete it. So it will be an empty. We'll delete this person ID. Where this person ID is coming from? Here, the first request, right? We'll make the request, delete it, and everything should be fine now. I think we have a little error. Yeah, let's run Maven test. Okay, I think fast. Yes, let's see the results. Let's get, yes, so we have our CRUD done. If you see, this is the create request, delete request, update request, payload. Okay, let's remove this payload. This is in modern testing, but you get the point, right? So we are done with our CRUD, guys. I hope you have learned something. Source code is available in the description. Don't forget to subscribe, like, make sure you comment. Everything related to APIs, software testing and all, just do check out their other playlists somewhere around this, and I'll see you in the next video. We are going with some interesting topics like file upload, GraphQL queries, and other advanced Karate API testing tutorials. Okay, see you there.